Talk, I would like to introduce the 2015 Pura Belfry Award winner. The book is called I Lived on Butterfly Hill, written by Marjorie Agosin, illustrated by Lee White. The translation for this book was done by E.M. O'Connor from Spanish into English, and this book was published in 2014. The genre of this text is historical fiction, and the intended age levels include grades 5 through 8. Read for yourself to see all the praise that this book is getting on the shelves. Story, I Lived on Butterfly Hill. I Lived on Butterfly Hill begins in a wonderful, colorful city named Valparaiso in Chile. Valparaiso is famous for its artwork throughout the city, its poetry, its vibrantly colored homes, its steep hills, its beautiful harbor, its warm temperatures, its empanadas, and having been a city of refuge during World War II. The story is told in first person by the main character, Celeste Marconi, a young upper-class girl who attends the private school Juana Rose, has 2 doctor parents, and lives on top of Butterfly Hill with her parents and her 2 grandmothers. Her parents teach Celeste about the necessity to help the less fortunate by bringing Celeste along to provide free medical care and food to the poor after floods and earthquakes, which are common events in Valparaiso in Chile. The story's problem. When a dictator rises to power in Chile, the people become afraid. The rising dictator of Chile wants to get rid of anyone who promotes public health care or services for the poor, so the militia is actively kidnapping families who are known to support these programs, labeling them subversives. With more and more families disappearing by the day, Celeste's mother and father, being doctors, are forced to go into hiding in Chile. Eventually, even Celeste is in danger of disappearing or being kidnapped by the dictator's militia. And her grandmother is sent to live with her aunt in the United States to keep her safe. I Lived on Butterfly Hill has taught me a lot. I learned new Spanish words. For example, on page 245, I learned velas meant candles, just within the context of the story. The second thing that I learned is about the rise of dictatorships. I thought it was really interesting that Celeste's grandmother, Abuela Frida, relates her prior experience to dictatorships in Germany to the rise of the dictator in Chile. The third thing that I learned from this book is how it would feel to be immigrating to a brand new country. I can't imagine if I didn't know the language where I was moving. It would be really scary. One quote from this book that I found particularly powerful was when Abuela Frida was talking to Celeste, and she said, "This earthquake we are living in is called dictatorship. It is called intolerance. Never forget these words. They are the words I escaped on the ship called Hope so many years ago." My review of this week's book. I gave this week's book 5 stars. There is something relatable in this story for every reader. Whether it is escaping a war-torn country, adjusting to life in a new place, forging new friendships, falling in love, or simply just growing up, this book is sure to capture your interest and hold it. You won't be able to put it down. After Celeste escapes Chile and is living in Maine with her aunt. Celeste attends an American school and tells the reader all about the difficulties she is having adapting to life in a brand new country. Read more to see if Celeste overcomes missing and worrying for her family and friends in Chile, to learn English, make friends, and adjust in an entirely new culture. Do you think Celeste and her parents will be reunited in Valparaiso? Read to find out.